This conference will now be recorded.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, very good morning. So we will start this session shortly. Till now, only three students are joined. So we wait 2 to 3 minutes and we'll start this session. Okay, let's start. Almost students are there. Okay, another 1 minute and we will start. So we reach 8th session. It's actually almost 6 sessions, and today is the last day of this session. And today's second half, you have to present and your presentations, and you have around 350. Around 350, you have examinations, and 2 to 3 to 3:30, we go with the project presentation and a discussion sessions, and then you have an exam from 3:50. So first half, we and in the meantime, you also need to present your project report, whatever, how means if you're able to complete it, fine, but otherwise you need to, how much you complete, just showcase it. So in this session, this is actually a first half of last sessions, we discussed about some of the advanced topic regarding MATLAB, because what these are the basics of MATLAB coding, basics of graph plotting, but we cover all the aspects. Now, how we implement using that, that's totally goes to you. Means all the basics things are covered, shared, and one small study materials, as a study materials, a book written by some renowned professor, Rudra Pratap, we shared via WhatsApp group. This is a reading book. Hopefully, all of you receive it, right? So one study mat that actually relevant to how you write a code and whatever the things we covered throughout the sessions. Most of the things, whatever we covered, that actually already written on this book. So I shared that book with you via
When
WhatsApp.
the recording will be available to us?
Yeah.
So recordings when it will be available to us?
Recording as it is concerned, what we I don't confirm you that when it's available, because this actually totally managed by our admin, and admin obviously shortly make it available, or this totally depends upon your admin, but they take a decisions and they will share as per their decisions. So that actually different things. I don't aware about that, because the recording take time to make available, and obviously this record totally hosted by GoToMeeting app, and they obviously say, because if I go with the today's session, it will available tomorrow only, right? So this way, we whenever all the things are available to GoToMeeting already make available, then obviously I think our admin will share with you, right? There's no issue with that. Okay, I think it will share by tomorrow or shortly. And the thing is that whatever recording is shared, you need to check it immediately, because this recording will not available no longer. So when means I don't, maybe they will share within short. This is totally admin decisions, but this actually recording not available for long, right? So if it's available to you, then you need to check it immediately, right? So this actually thing. So the thing is that a book I already shared. Do you got it? All of you got this book? All of you got that book?
Yes, sir.
We shared it. Yes. So all the things it's shared. Now, today we're going to conclude with some advanced topic, that is MATLAB. Not only for this basic things, using MATLAB, we can also able to process optimization process or genetic, optimizations and machine learning or deep learning based process. We can able to do that things using MATLAB. So we just show you some use cases of that, or basics of regarding that. But there is a huge scope using MATLAB. We can do number of things. We know that nowadays widely we use image processing and machine learning using MATLAB. Using Python, but MATLAB also we are used. And not only that, using MATLAB, you are also able to do the things, that is, you can able to interact with the hardwares. If you have an Arduino, you need to install Arduino package into your MATLAB the same way. So install app option is there, hardware you need to install, and you can able to connect with the Arduino also. So today we going to discuss some AI based topic. Do you have any idea about machine learning AI? Means why we need it? Any guess? Any idea? Why we need this AI, artificial intelligence? Why need machine learning? why we need the optimization. So these are the things why we need. So do you heard these terms before? Yes, let me know. Yeah, Shoham writing it. Yes, hard. So where you hard, Shoham? Let me know. Shoham. Anyone? So where we check? So you all are from electrical engineer. How many of you working with some robotics projects? How many of you already go with some Arduino based projects? How many of you already go with some automation based tasks? Let me know how many of you. Anyone? So as you are a more core engineers, core departmental engineers, means you don't go with a software based task. So how many of you work with any of the project that's this things? Anyone?
না স্যার এখনো করিনি।
So the thing is that you are not, you all are now need to focus on that side. Some projects. So engineers should make some projects, some hardware interactive projects. So do you know we check the things like in 3D we check that engineers will make some gadgets that will work, right? Some helicopters, some things, drones. These are the things they designed. So obviously we need in our curriculum, this is the integrated part. So when we go with that, nowadays which kind of things are mostly preferred? So obviously automation is obviously a biggest area today, and this automation we can able to process using Matlab, but simple automation. So when we go with the, as you all are from electrical engineer, so do you heard the term industrial revolution? Industrial revolution, do you heard the term?
Yes, sir.
So what actually an industrial revolution? Can you tell me what actually industrial revolution? Now we are in which state? Industrial revolution 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5? Where we are? Anyone have any idea? Yeah, these are very basic questions, because the thing is that as an electrical engineer, you must need to know these things. As the last 10 to 12 years, I am in the field of this electrical and electronics industry, as well as some training and consultancy part. So the thing is that these are the very common things you must need to know. So, and where we use these things is whatever we learn, where we use these things. If we are from so the thing is that industrial revolution 1, this actually a manual process. The thing is that when power supply is that much, manually everything is done, but industry is there. Industry revolution 2, there is some electrically it's actually control and these things. And next industry revolution 3 goes to means automations. So so industry revolution 2 start of means this open path for electrical engineers. The power system rooms is there, grid is there. So where actually you as an electrical engineers move. So power system laboratory, industry means industrial process control and automation. Here we need electrical engineers. Actually, for as an electrical engineer, you have a endless opportunity. You may go with any of the fields, right? And like a industry maintenance engineer, manager, controller, automation expert, consultant, and maker. manufacturer, architect. So every field you have, not only private sector, you also have a number of scopes in government sector. So that is a based, I think, in engineering, best option to go with the electrical engineering. All the opportunities are there, and number of industry recruit electrical engineers. So as an electrical engineer, so what kind of things we need to perform? So here in this course, we learn a lots of MATLAB based things. So these are the equation we learn, we make for motor. So in an industry, there must be a lots of motors are there. Till now we learn the things, how this motors will, how we get the information, means we learn the things, how we calculate it using existing equations. But these are not our prime target nowadays. We are going to advance. Industry Revolution 3, obviously considering, but when we move to Industry Revolution 4, so can you guess what is the Industry Revolution 4 nowadays? What is the most important things? Can you guess? Anyone? Yes, whatever idea you have, you may share. You are maybe from second year, maybe from third year, but you have to wait. Just you have time, 1 year or 2 years to join industry. Don't have a lots of time, right? Within 1 or 2 years, you all join some of the industries, right? Any idea? So do you need to get some idea on industries? As here, I only focus on MATLAB, but actually my actual domain is IoT, Internet of Things. Do you heard this thing? Anyone heard? Internet of Things? Yes, no? Yes, you know.
Yes, sir.
Actually, it's true. What actually this IoT means? Industry Revolution 4. Actually, in this Industry Revolution 4, what we do, we connect all the automated device with some sensors, and it get the data and send it to the cloud. And we can remotely control the industrial process. Distributed control system is there, and as well as lots of IoT processes. I already personally working with a number of industries and provide a consultation service to make them industry into automated one or IoT based. So the thing is that in this case, we also some of the cases use a MATLAB, because MATLAB also have a one cloud, that is ThingSpeak cloud support. We can directly upload, we fetch the data and directly upload into ThingSpeak. This support have provided by MATLAB. So the thing is that simple machine we may consider it as a, we go with the linear equations and provide the output, and we can able to measure whatever the theory till now we study, we stick with that. But we need a more efficiency, more power efficient, more energy efficient, and more output should be provided by all the motor or devices or industrial process. So how we achieve optimum, how we achieve this level of efficiency? A very common things, if you go with the means a simple example I will provide you, not actually this relevant to the efficiency, but this actually manage the things. So the thing is that you all actually going to purchase nowadays AC, refrigerator, and microwave, number of things. So what we observe on that, do you tell me what are the features they predict? Any features? Right. So the thing is that this actually, can you tell me, so what actually, anyone have any idea? So when you going, so hopefully appliances you purchase or you visit number of times website, e-commerce site and check it. What are the options they provide? What are the options they provide? Yeah, let me know. Anyone? What are the options nowadays? This means do hard smart devices is there, right? So smart devices or intelligent devices, those kind of devices we had. Smart AC machine, smart refrigerator, smart washing machine. So when we go with the smart washing machine, how it became an intelligent washing machine? To hard this term, it's written that nowadays number of refrigerator, number of AC machine, number of washing machine written that fuzzy based intelligence machine, fuzzy cooling systems. Do you heard this term before?
Yes, sir. Fuzzy logic.
Yeah, fuzzy logic. So what actually the fuzzy logic? What do you think? So today I actually going to discuss about a fuzzy logic and how we implement this fuzzy logic using Matlab. So what actually the fuzzy logic is? Any idea why? So is it why? And in case of your control engineering as a MATLAB based things, means in your electrical engineering there is a control, fuzzy control, right? So there's a huge application in field of electrical. So why I choose this topic for today? So what actually? Any idea what actually the fuzzy? Yes, anyone? Any idea what actually the fuzzy? Yes or no? Do got an idea what a fuzzy?
No, sir.
Okay. So the thing is that fuzzy logic, fuzzy. So the thing is that one common example I provide regarding fuzzy is that is in a Birla planetarium or sorry Birla museum in Kolkata, there is a robot who predict your age. What actually your age that predicted by this robot? How this person predict? As it's not a human, how it predict it? As human also not able to predict, but this robot can predict. So the thing is that fuzzy logic, and if we go with the fuzzy, so there is a how it approach. So the thing is that this robot actually do the things whatever we say in front of it. Some persons when it stands in front of it, by this person's parameter, you find some of the features like height, like a weight, and like a diameter of a person's. It can predict. So, or means thick means how area is covered. By this, it's actually predict something. It was predict this person's age is 30 to 40. Then again, if the person say that yes, that is true, then you tell that again 30 to 35. And then again we go with the 32. So this way it's spreading the particular things, right? So this way we go with step by step and predict actual things, right? So step by step it's predict the age. Is it clear? So this is a fuzzy logic, and same way AC machine, it depending upon parameter, it fixed how much make cool it is, right? Suppose the room temperature is means room surrounding whatever the moisture level, whatever the sound surrounding temperature, based on that it fixed a particular value. And these values, depending upon these values, they actually provide the particular output. So this actually fuzzy logic, this concept. Now, how we get a fuzzy logic? So if we write here fuzzy, it will open this kind of window. Just check it, write down fuzzy, everyone, and check it. Is it, are you getting this? Let me know.
Yes, sir.
So this is actually a window. So there's a window. There's a lots of parts are there. So here, this is actually input. This is actually output. Right. So we need to design this input and output. How we design it? So we need to go with, if we, there's a one input and one output. But if we go with a multiple input, just go with this way. Add variable input. Right. Multiple input we may go with. And one output. So this actually thing, and double click on that. This actually we need to, this depending upon these are the inputs, we get a output. So double click on that. So this actually are things, and this actually a this actually are functions, right? These functions are actually we need to define, and membership function. These are called the membership function. Depending upon that, it provides some outputs, right? So how we define this thing? This it maybe look like a little bit complex, but it's not complex as what we think. It's not too much complex. So the thing is that if we go with that, so if we go with that, we yeah. So this actually a thing. So these are the inputs. Depending upon that, this output will work. depending upon this two input, output will work. So we need to go with some how we define the input. This is actually a first input. So we write top of that. Here we need to write. So we want to make here some systems that systems actually mainly deal with simply if we put in a college how admissions is going on, that things we want to predict using fuzzy logic. So for that we choose two variables to input. First one is infrastructure. First one is infrastructure. And then second one we go with, so this infrastructure we go with, and second one this actually, so this one actually we want to put as a this is not an infra, so there are wrong locations I'm writing. So we may consider this a good infrastructure, very good infrastructure, or this is a poor infrastructure graph. So this is a graph for poor infrastructure. And this is moderate, means okay, means this graph for something a moderate infrastructure, means or medium infrastructure, and this graph for very good infrastructure, So this actually options we have. Now this and second one we go with another things, this quality of placement. So placement is this is a poor placement graph, so weak placement graph. This is a medium placement graph. So actually all the colleges, what is the thing, so this is a medium placement graph and this is a very good placement graph. So this is a placement average actually, right? So this way we modify two placement graphs. Now these are the things. So input one is that, and this one is input two. So we may mention, so first one is that infra, and second one goes to placement. Infra placement. So first we go with the infrastructure, second we go with the placement. And output is at admission. Right. So how we find out based on infra and placement, how we go it. So these are the things we already defined. So output we automatically generated depending upon some of the rules. So we may go with this point and add these rules. So edit rules, and here we need to define if a poor infrastructure, and these are the operations. So what are the options are there? This is written here for two things, infra and placement, and here admission is there. So how we define these things? If a poor infrastructure and or two kinds of logic is there, and weak placement. So obviously students not admitted. So MF1. So we also need to define MF1. So first we need to define MF1, then we go with that. So in case of this, this also we mention all the things. So this is a clear placement, admission, excellent, E, average, A, and this actually, or sorry, so first one, poor, poor, average, and this one is excellent. And the thing is that this membership functions, we also define different ways. We have a number of statistical process, number of statistical things. This all statistical way we may approach it. Right. This this all statistical way we can approach. So there's lots of statistical ways or functions are there. Based on that, we can approach it. So there's a number of things. So this is clear. All the statistical graph, trigonometric functions are there. This is clear. Different. So whatever the things are there, we may go with that. Right. So transsigmoid is there, trim function, infinite functions is there. So these are the functions. So you don't going to define these things because these are the things are actually totally a statistical data. It's not good to discuss this time, right? So and these are clear three things. So we go with that. Now, if we go with this 1 and 2, then we go with the admissions this way. Now this and this, it's a result, this admission, this. So how we go with that? Poor, infrastructure is not good. Then how we go with this admission? So now the thing is that we need to define the rules. So we edit and define the rules. So rules we already discussed, the poor and weak placement. So admission is also be a poor. So we add this rules to this. If medium or medium, then the admission is average. So this way we can add a number of rules and or operations we may go with, and we may predict the things. So n number of rules we may generate, and based on that, so this rule creation is complete to me. Now if we go with this, is it clear? Are you able to follow how we create a rules? So number of things are there. Number one, we create an input, define a inputs parameters, and we need to define a output parameters. Second, we need to go with the fixing the functions. Then we need to go with the define the rules. So as now we define the rules, now if we going to view rules, it's a predict this way. This is the actual output. So if we provide two input, this infrastructure is average and the placement is average, then this actually output. So output is also via students actually, or this way. So this is a student condition. So if we move this graph, this to this, so this way we also get a different results, right? So if a placement is good, infrastructure is good, as per our rule, this is actually the students, how much students will attend the session. So this really depends upon our logic, but why we go with for that this fuzzy logic? Because we put few inputs Based on that, it will make a 3D plane for decision making, right? For decision making, they make this kind of plane. So this plane actually cover up every possible values. There is some results based on our input and based on our rule forming. So if we don't, we may predict some optimal value using fuzzy logic. Is it clear? Let me know. So may I need to repeat all the steps, or is it everyone follow these things? Just complete it and ask me. So may I need to repeat or have a questions, whatever you have. Let me know. Please respond, everyone. So what happened today? No one responding? Akash is there, Anubhav is there, Arif is there, Orko, Orpon, Goilik, Shayantan, Shayok, Shohom, Shomo, Suborno, Shubham, Shubhamoy, Shagatam. Number of students are there. So please respond. Where you face the issue?
Repeat once more.
Yeah, let me repeat what you asked.
Repeat once more. Sir.
Once.
So once more you repeat the entire process.
Entire things again. Okay, do you follow anything? Means that you go with which step? Do you got this window?
Sir, yes, sir. In that input window only I didn't get.
This window not get. So for that you need to write here fuzzy. So you need to write a fuzzy. Right. You need to write a fuzzy and you get this output. And now you need to define input. You need to define this inputs. Right. So here how you define inputs. So suppose you need to write this one. Whatever the task, suppose you go with some washing machine control logic you want to make. So depending upon dart, depending upon weight, we need to fix time of rotation. How much time it will rotate. So two are the inputs we need. So go with this edit and add another input file, input, another input we may add here, right? So if we want to add, we may add here another input. So let's, sorry, not here. Actually from here, we may add another input, edit, add variables. So we may go with, if we need a number of output variables, we may go with this. If we go with the number of input variables, we go with this. So we need to go with this two variables. Is it okay? Do you got it? How to get this
Yes,
two?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So The thing is that now we need to write this thing. So dart level, and this one is for weight level. So we may write here dart level, and here we may go with a weight level. So W. So we may write a whole thing or this. So now an output is that how much time. So time is the output, how much it's rotate. So basically we are going to design for AC machine. Now here we need to define this one. So if it's a medium level of low, so this was a low, medium. So we may explain it different way also, and high. Right, we write this way, and this also we may write the things. Is it clear? So how we define it?
Yes, sir.
So just go with that and complete it. Everyone, just follow the steps and complete it. The same way, second one also we write. So output we also make a time. So how, so these are clear things, how we define it. Now we need to define the rules. Go with this rules options and add rules as per your requirement. Is it clear? So how you add? Just select this, use AND logic or OR logic, add rules and check it. This way, add whatever the number of rules are possible, just add it. Just go with that. So whenever it's done, please respond to me. Whenever it's done, please go with that, everyone. Are you trying this one? Are you working with this? Yeah, whenever it's done, please respond to me. Just complete it and create this things logic, and then go with this view surface. Check what surface is designed. So add number of logic here, then make a good surface. Rules here. So everyone, please complete and inform to me whenever it's complete.
স্যার বলছি স্যার এই জায়গাটা যে এলেন এটা কি কোন অপশনে ক্লিক করে আসবো স্যার এই জায়গাটায়?
এটা আসার জন্য তোমাকে এই উইন্ডো তোমার রয়েছে, ফার্স্ট উইন্ডো দিস ক্লিয়ার ফার্স্ট ভেরি ফার্স্ট উইন্ডো দিস ওয়ান। সো edit rules and you may add these things. Is it okay?
ওকে স্যার।
Edit then rules. Okay, do and response to me. So complete it. So I give you more 5 minutes time, then I go with a new topic. So please complete it and let me respond. I wait another 2 minutes and then go with a new topic then. Okay, as no one responded, we consider that are you able to complete it or not? Let me respond via chat. May I need to wait or go to the next part? May I need to show, means we need to discuss on again on this some of the topics, some of the results, or I need to proceed with the next part, or I need to wait for you. Whatever you want, you may tell me. Okay. So students are requested to go to the next part. So we switch to that. So in this course, next we're going to discuss a neural network toolbox, how we use it. But the thing is that in neural network toolbox and the other case, we need to go with some of the features like we need to go with another thing that is it's a neural network. There's a simulation toolbox that actually you already know, but as it is a part of our curriculum, so I just show one examples. I hope you all know about that because you already go it. So this is actually a Simulink library. So to work with a simulator, we're going to go with this Simulink. We need to click on that. And in the meantime, anyone want to showcase their project report? Any group number 1 to 6, any of the group want to showcase their project report? Let me know. Group number 1, group number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, any of the group want to showcase your project report? Please respond.
Sir, we will show, sir, we will, group 2, sir, we will show the project of next season.
No, not project report actually. Anyone actually, next session, every group need to showcase their project report. But I actually asked that project and project report and presentations. But I asked that anyone actually, I don't check anyone's project report. I don't check till now. So anyone already make a report?
No, sir.
Yeah. So no one make this report. Okay, but you all need to complete it by next session, but next few days, because a project report is mandatory, and we already shared a sample project report. So I request all of you to go with this project report and share with me by 3 or 4 days. So this is a mandatory part. So here, as we till now,
স্যার আমি শান্তম দে বলছি।
হ্যাঁ বলো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, আমাদের প্রজেক্ট রিপোর্ট হয়ে গেছে গ্রুপ 5 এর, বাট ওই
হ্যাঁ।
সম্পদের কাছে আছে, বাট সম্পদে একটু নেট প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, তো সেকেন্ড হাফে দুটোই শো করছি। স্যার প্লিজ কনসিডার ফর দ্য সেকেন্ড হাফ।
না সেটা ঠিক আছে, মানে একটু চেক করে নেওয়া যদি কোনো প্রবলেম হলে পর সেটা দেখে দেবো, এটা হয়ে তো সেট করে দেবো।
কন্টাক্ট করতে পারি, দেন আই উইল শো ইউ স্যার।
ওকে ওকে ওকে, নো ইস্যু।
ওকে থ্যাংক ইউ
স্যার।
ওকে হ্যাঁ
তো গ্রুপ 1 থেকে বলছিলাম, রিপোর্টটা তৈরি করেছে, আপনাকে পাঠাবো নাকি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ গ্রুপে, না কি করবো?
এখন শেয়ার করো না, স্ক্রিনটা শেয়ার করো, আমি দেখে নিচ্ছি যে মোটামুটি ঠিক আছে কিনা, তাহলে বলে দিতে পারবো। ঠিক আছে
ওকে ওকে স্যার, অপশন দিন।
কে করবে বলো?
স্যার আমি করবো, শুভম ঘোষ।
শুভম ঘোষ। প্রেজেন্টার করে দিয়েছি।
এই যে স্যার,
একটা ফরম্যাট পাঠিয়েছিলাম, যেখানে এটা তো ওই ফরম্যাটে নেই, একটা ফরম্যাট পাঠিয়েছিলাম তো আমি, ওই ফরম্যাটটা কিন্তু ফলো করতে হবে, মানে ওই প্রথম 3টে পেজের ফরম্যাট কিন্তু তোমাদেরকে ফলো করতে হবে, ঠিক আছে? এইভাবে কিন্তু দিলে চলবে, ওই ফরম্যাটটা একটু তোমাদেরকে ফলো করতে হবে, ঠিক আছে?
মানে এরকমই ছিল, মানে এই যে এই পেজটা করেছি না, এই যে গ্রুপ নেম দিয়ে।
স্যার একটু ইন্টারাপ্ট করছি স্যার। হ্যালো
হ্যাঁ 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 বলো।
হ্যালো স্যার। হ্যাঁ স্যার,
হ্যাঁ বলো।
বলছি যে স্যার রিপোর্টে স্যার এরকম ফরম্যাট করেছি যেরকম আপনি দিয়েছিলেন, বাট স্যার ইয়েতে পিপিটি প্রেজেন্টেশনে কিন্তু আলাদা ফরম্যাট করেছি।
সে ঠিক আছে, পিপিটি পেজে যা ইচ্ছা করতে পারো, কিন্তু রিপোর্টে না ওই ফার্স্ট পেজটায় থাকবে হচ্ছে আমি যেভাবে দিয়েছিলাম, সেখানে ফার্স্ট পেজে যেটা ছিল সেটা হচ্ছে আমাদের অর্গানাইজেশনাল লোগো এবং তোমাদের জিসের লোগো, এই দুটো কিন্তু থাকবে, ঠিক আছে? মানে ফরম্যাট এইভাবে চেঞ্জ করে ফেলবে না, ঠিক আছে? এটা দরকার, মানে ওইভাবেই দেবে, ঠিক আছে? তারপর নেক্সট।
তো মানে স্যার প্রথম ওই দুটো পেজ আর কি আপনাদের যেমন আছে ওরকমই দেবো আর কি।
হ্যাঁ 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 ওরকমই থাকবে,
আচ্ছা
ওরকমই রেখে তোমাদের জিনিসগুলো চেঞ্জ করে দেবে আর কি, ঠিক
ওকে
আছে?
ওকে ওকে।
হুম। অবজেক্টিভটা এত বড় করেন, অবজেক্টিভ আরো ছোট করতে পারে, অবজেক্টিভ খুব ছোট হবে এবং প্রিসাইজ হবে এবং টু দ্য পয়েন্ট হবে, ঠিক আছে?
বড় হয়ে গেছে, ওটা ছোট করে দেবো, ঠিক আছে স্যার, কেটে দেবো।
ঠিক আছে, সেটা ব্যাপার না, ঠিক আছে, মানে জাস্ট বললাম আর কি, ঠিক আছে।
স্যার ইন্ট্রোডাকশন একটা, মানে এটা সম্পর্কে, আর তারপর তো থিওরি পার্ট আছে, এটা 5 পেজ দিচ্ছি, যদি বলেন তাহলে কমিয়ে দেবো 1-2 পেজ, এইটুকুই আছে আর কি।
না সে ঠিক আছে, থিওরি যা কিন্তু বোঝা যায় না, এই যে তোমার আন্ডারলাইন রয়েছে বা এই যে এখানে যেটা রয়েছে, একবার এই জিনিসগুলো যেন না থাকে।
কোনগুলো স্যার?
আর
এইগুলো?
হ্যাঁ 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 এইগুলো দিয়ে বোঝা যাবে তো যে তুমি কোথায় কপি করেছো জিনিসটা, তাই না? আর একটা জিনিস হচ্ছে যেটা তোমাদের মাথায় রাখতে হবে, সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমি বলেছিলাম যে ফন্ট সাইজ গুলো যেন ইউনিফর্ম হয়, সেটা কিন্তু নেই।
ইউনিফর্ম আছে স্যার, মানে সব কটা ফন্ট 11 এর মধ্যেই আছে, 11 করেই রেখেছি।
আর হচ্ছে জাস্টিফাইড ফরম্যাটে করতে বলেছে, মানে অ্যালাইনমেন্টটা জাস্টিফাইড হবে, সেটা করনি।
টাইম স্যার, টাইম অফ
আচ্ছা জানো কি কিভাবে জাস্টিফাইড যেতে হবে সেটা পারবে তো?
জাস্টিফাইড মানে স্যার বুঝলাম না।
তুমি এক কাজ করো, একটা প্যারাকে সিলেক্ট করো, যে কোনো একটা প্যারা সিলেক্ট করো। ব্যাস। এবার দেখো ওপরে তোমার ওই একদম, না একটু নিচে নাও, নিচের লাইনটা হ্যাঁ, এর পরে এ লাল কালার দিয়ে এ রয়েছে, তারপরে যাও, তারপরেরটাই, তারপরে না না হ্যাঁ, এটা কি লেখা আছে দেখো, এটা হচ্ছে left alignment। এবার একদম লাস্টেরটায় চলে যাও,
এইটা
হ্যাঁ দেখো কি লেখা, জাস্টিফাইড, ক্লিক করো।
আচ্ছা, মানে
এই
সবকটা কি একই অ্যালাইনমেন্টে করে দেবো? আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, সেটা বলছি।
হ্যাঁ জাস্টিফাইড ফরম্যাট হবে পুরো জিনিসটা,
ঠিক আছে বুঝেছি।
ঠিক আছে? ভালো লাগে না হলে ঠিক বোঝা যায় না, আর ওই এইগুলোকে তুলে দেবে, হাইপার লিঙ্ক গুলো তুলে দিও, ঠিক আছে?
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা, এটা এক্সপ্লেনেশন অফ কোড আছে।
এইখানে এক সেকেন্ড এখানে এই লাইন 12 লাইন 13 বলতে ওই কোড গুলো এক্সপ্লেন করেছো,
হ্যাঁ 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 হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে কোনো অসুবিধা নেই। হ্যাঁ,
হ্যাঁ, তারপর স্যার এই মানে যেটা অ্যাকচুয়াল কোডটা স্যার পুরোটা দিয়েছি আর আউটপুটটা
অ্যাকচুয়াল লেখার দরকার, শুধু কোড লেখো, শুধু কোড লেখো, অ্যাকচুয়াল কোড লিখতে হবে না।
ওকে স্যার কেটে দেবো।
আর ওখানে এক্সপ্লেনেশন লিখতে হবে না, স্টেপস লিখবে এরকম আর কি। এইগুলো একটু সামান্য সামান্য চেঞ্জ করবে। উপরে যাও, একবার কি হেডিং দিয়েছো এটা?
স্টেপস অফ কোড লিখবো।
কোড ডেসক্রিপশন, কোড ডেসক্রিপশন।
ঠিক আছে
ঠিক আছে,
ওকে স্যার।
কোড ডেসক্রিপশন বা কোড ডিসকাশন এরকম দেবে। ঠিক আছে, তারপরে হচ্ছে কোডটা শুধু কোড লিখবে। ঠিক আছে,
কোড লিখেছি স্যার, এই কোডটা
তারপরে
দিয়েছি।
আউটপুট।
এই গ্রাফিক্যাল রিপ্রেজেন্টেশনের যেটা কোডটা ছিল ওটা স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, এটা তো গ্রাফিক, এটা তো তোমার হয়ে গেল হচ্ছে কোডটাই। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ বলো।
স্যার বলছিলাম যে এই রিপোর্টটা দেওয়ার কোনো লাস্ট ডেট আছে, মানে পুরোটা একটু
3 দিনের
অ্যাসেম্বল
মধ্যে,
করতে?
3-4 দিনের মধ্যে দিতে হবে, 3-4 দিন। ওটা তোমাদের একটা ফর্ম ফিল আপ করতে বলবে, ওই ফর্মে তোমাকে এই
আচ্ছা
রিপোর্টটা আপলোড করতে হবে। ঠিক আছে,
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে। মানে স্যার ওখানে কি পিপিটিটাও জমা দিতে হবে নাকি, না শুধু রিপোর্টটা?
পিপিটি, রিপোর্ট আর একটা ভিডিও বলে যে প্রজেক্টটা হয়েছে, কিন্তু সেটা নাও লাগতে পারে। ঠিক আছে, শুধু পিপিটি আর
আচ্ছা
রিপোর্ট হলেই চলবে।
আচ্ছা
পিপিটিও না,
ঠিক
কিন্তু রিপোর্টটা ম্যান্ডেটারি থাকবে, সব অপশনই থাকবে কিন্তু রিপোর্টটা ম্যান্ডেটারি।
ওকে ওকে।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, এই গ্রাফিক্যাল রিপ্রেজেন্টেশনটা কি বলছিলেন?
এটা তো গ্রাফিক্যাল রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন, এটা তো কোডই তোমার। এটা তো
হ্যাঁ
কোড,
মানে
গ্রাফ কোথায়?
না,
এটা কোড, এটা গ্রাফিক্যাল, হেডিংটা গ্রাফিক্যাল রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন, এটা কোড হবে হেডিং। ঠিক আছে,
ওই তো কোড দিয়েছি, মানে শুধু কোড দিয়ে
ওই
দেবো।
গ্রাফিক্যাল রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন না, নিচে যাও, আরো নিচে যাও। হ্যাঁ, এবার
এইটা স্যার, এই যে এইটা আছে।
হ্যাঁ, এইটা হচ্ছে গ্রাফিক্যাল রিপ্রেজেন্টেশন। ঠিক আছে,
তাহলে
সিমুলেশন
সিমুলেশনটা
ডায়াগ্রাম। ঠিক আছে, তাও লিখতে পারো, অসুবিধা নেই। সিমুলেশন বলতে আলাদা বোঝে, যাই হোক। ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে।
ঠিক আছে
আউটকামস বা রেজাল্টস বলেও ডিসক্রাইব করতে পারো। ঠিক আছে,
ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। আর স্যার এটা রেজাল্ট ডিসকাশন,
হুম, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে।
তারপর স্যার ফিউচার স্কোপ দিয়েছি, আর স্যার রেফারেন্স।
হ্যাঁ, ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে।
ওই স্যার থার্ড
রেফারেন্সে না, ওই উইকিপিডিয়া, মানে উইকিপিডিয়া লিখেছো, উইকিপিডিয়া না লিখে ওই লিঙ্কটা wikipedia.com এরকম ওই লিঙ্ক দিতে পারো, রেফারেন্সের লিঙ্ক দিতে পারো। ঠিক আছে,
স্যার ওটা হাইপার কোড জেনারেট হয়ে যাবে, ওই জন্য স্যার দিইনি।
রেফারেন্সে হাইপার দিতে পারো। রেফারেন্স হচ্ছে তোমার, রেফারেন্স হচ্ছে তুমি কোথা কোথা থেকে তুমি দেখে, মানে কাকে কার 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 হেল্প নিয়েছো, সেটা অন্য কারোর কথা তুমি মেনশন করছো, কিন্তু থ্রু আউট দ্য তোমার রাইটিং এ সেখানে যেন কোনো অন্য কিছু থাকে, লিঙ্ক না থাকে। ঠিক আছে,
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। সব করছি।
ওকে। So now, so anyone else want to showcase their report? Okay, so let's start today's our part, whatever we left, that is a small session based on simulation. So we know very easily, we know that. So this is actually a fuzzy logic based design we already completed. So if anyone have any questions regarding fuzzy logic, you may ask me. This is a very widely used fuzzy logic nowadays. So this is a simulation window, and here if we want to go with the things, very simple. We want to if we want to go with some blocks, so there's a n number of block option is there. Simulating block, aerospace block, so list of libraries are there, and here we also have some fuzzy logic based toolbox. So that also we may use. So this is a membership function. This is actually a fuzzy logic controller and fuzzy logic. But here we have a lots of complexity. But the last thing what we show, this is easily we can able to implement that things. Now we go with this, and lots of options are there, but it's a finding these things is a more complex. So we go with the sine wave, simple sine wave we want to showcase. So we just search it. This is a search window from where we can easily find out whatever we want. I think you all aware about this, but still as a part of our program, I just cover a little bit, some small and very simple things. Just a moment. I just need to take time longer. So yeah. So sine wave. Add a new model. So we add it here. And we want to check it using scope. We know that scope option is there. So number of students already make a project based on that also. So this way, now we run it. And we get the sine wave here. So hopefully you all know. If we want to get a multiple output, how we get? So just go with it. I think you all know, just check it once. Is it working or not? It's a very simple. And if you want to showcase some different things, you may go with some complex things also and share with me. That's your, so this simple. If we want to multiply with a gain, if we want to go multiply with some of the things, we may go with that. So right. So just check it. And whenever it's done, please let me respond. So if we want to divide it into two, we may divide it. Right. Is it okay? Just go check it. I think it is your known to this things is known to you. Please, all of you, try to make some simulations and share with me. Whatever you prefer, whatever is known to you, just go with that and share with me.
Sir, this is new to the third sem students.
Okay. Just go. So is it clear to you? Means the process is clear to you. So just go with
Yes, sir.
Go with this process and here. So just complete it. So I wait here, just complete it. And another thing is that if we want to add here, so sine wave. So as it's a new to you, so if we want to add an amplitude, you may add here. So if you double click on this, so just double click on this, it will appear number of options. So just double click on this, it will appear this window. Amplitude we may change here 125. Click it to OK. And if we run it, so we check a different amplitude here. So now the thing is that second option is there. So we may do one thing, whatever the signal is there, we need to add the thing. So just go with this. We add a gain here. So gain, we may add a gain here. Simple gain. Gain means is actually a add it here, and the thing is that we may put it this locations, and we may easily connect it this way and add it. So two scope is there. So one is for original signal and another things gain. So how much gain we want to add? So sample time is there. So again we go with a 4 times gain. So if we go with this, but we find out okay, I think connection is not proper. And gain is 4. Or summer also we may use here. And now this is actually a thing. So yeah, so this width is more. So this actually is 0 to 5, and this case. So we do another things. We just a little bit modify here. So this one, and we may go with a bias, or we may change on anything. Frequency we may change to 2. Phase we go with a 45, and we may write it okay and run it. And if we check it into scope, it will appear this way. So just check it. So who are from different years, please check it, this process. If you have queries, ask me. I give you time. So complete it and let me respond whenever it's done. So complete it and all response to me. I wait here 5 minutes. If you have any queries, ask me. If you have anything, any doubts, ask me. I will solve it. I wait here 5 minutes. Just complete it, and if you have any queries, ask me. Share with me. I think it's complete. I wait another 1 minute. So please let me know if you are able to follow it or not. If you want to repeat it, I will repeat. Otherwise, please confirm is it okay or okay for you or not. Next, what we're going to discuss this actually the another things that is the neural network. So who was third semester, please let me respond. Is it clear? Do you able to plot simple things, simulations, simple simulation? Because we just go with the introductory idea only. There is lots of toolboxes are there. If we're going to discuss, there's a lots of time will take, but and it's already in your syllabus. So I think it's not good to repeat all the things. You already learned the things, but if you know the basics, how to use it, how you plot a graph and how we access it, then it's very easy for you to do it there. So we go to very basic things. One of the things, so throughout the sessions, what we do, we try to cover up each of the parts. How you work with that, that totally depends upon you. So we try to cover up each of the parts, each of the things, whatever the possibilities are there. And now how you use using your departmental topics, that's on you. Because here what we discuss throughout the session, in general way discussions, not actually goes to particular department or all. But why we go with this way? Because the thing is that now the concept is there, is not a discipline oriented. This is a multidisciplinary ideas is required. So if you are electrical engineer, not only you need to speak with the electrical, you know that most of the people actually join the software companies, right? So we need to know about the things, every aspects. No, go with the particular domain orientations is not mandatory nowadays. Multi-domain, multi-talented is a requirement. So as a math required by the all the fields of engineering, so we go with this way and take this approach and go with the in general ways. And whatever the toolbox you have for this simulation toolbox, there is a for your electrical engineering, there is a obviously communication toolbox is there, RF block is there, neural network block is right. So number of blocks are there. We may go with any of the block and we may go with that. Right. Now we go with another small things, but it's not a small, it's a very important. Why? Okay, I know that this actually who are actually from first, second year and who are actually third year, it may be difficult for you in this case if we go with a topic like neural network. But why I covered these things also because that actually starting what are the possibilities of Matlab is that we need to showcase you, because if we able to show you what are the possibilities, then future whenever, so what are the area where you use Matlab, that things you understand. Means obviously if you go with a Matlab and if you understand, you don't understand the scope of this software, then it's not good for you. So why we just want to explore the scope of a Matlab software. So what are the fields we choose, in which domain we may work with that things we actually mentions. So here what we're going to use, we use here NNSTART, NN start. Okay, NN tool is there. Newer version, if you have, write down NN start. If you have a older versions, you go with the NN tool. Right. So for neural network toolbox, I also prefer to go with the newer versions. Just a minute. So you may go with this NN tools or NN start, but as a owner, prefer to go with the newer version. So I actually now share the things from a different device where we get a latest Matlab approach and we can able to show the proper things. So for that, just a minute or one or two, I just joined this stations using another device, and I can show you the what actually the possibilities is there when we go with Matlab. So if you have this, this obviously In this case, NN start will not work, but other cases it will work NN start. So I joined it from different device, and let me aware about that particular NN start. So this new versions actually obsolete this older versions don't have this neural network, all the toolboxes, but these versions actually have it. So I just joined it from different device. Just a minute, and I share this thing. I open it. So NN start, NN tools, different options we have. We may go with anyone. I now go with the Matlab 2015B, and till now we are working with the Matlab 2010. As now we a little bit advanced topic is not support all, so we go with this way. 2015B, and we try to show some advanced features. So what we understand by this neural network, can you tell me, anyone have any idea what a neural network? What we understand by neural network? Let me know. Neural, so what we understand by neural means this is relevant to train, how we memorize this our information. So that actually are main important things, how we memorize the things. These are the basically part of a neural network, right? So just I make presenter myself, share the screen. To join the speaker from different devices, and I try to show you neural network toolboxes. Let's take time. Let me, in the meantime, so let's discuss what we understand by this neural network. What is the meaning of this neural? So how a brain actually works? Is there any memory? What do you think? Everyone, please respond. What do you think? In brain, there is any memory? There is any memory? How much memory is there in our human brain? Can you tell me? Or how they memorize these things? Let me know. Please respond. Any idea? Just guess it. Yes, anyone? Anyone? How memorize? We memorize. So in our brain, in the computer, there is a 8 GB, 30 GB, 42 GB, whatever the memory space is there. But in our brain, there is any memory space? Is there any memory space? Yes or no? No. So how they remember? Anubhav at least responded. That's no. But how they memorize it? They memorize due to whatever the things are there. Every moment in our brain, number of reactions are going on, right? And that will help us to remember number of things. And in our brain, every moment we generate number of waves. So if we so now modern days, one study is going on, that is a study of a brain computing, BCI, brain computer interface. BCI based studies is going on. So from where we actually want to, so this is the most effective one, and in near future, so that also the tasks we use a Matlab to implement that thing. So so this is a window. If you have this updated versions, you may go with the NN start and you get this window. So just check it, everyone. So do you got this window? If you write this NN start, is it there? Just write down NN start and please just let me know. Is it there? Is it available to you? Just let me know. Everyone, please check it. So we go with both the options, NN tool and NN search. This is the NN tool. This is available to older versions, but newer versions, if we go with, there is a NN start. So let's check and respond to me. Is it available to you? NN start. Yeah, please everyone check it and respond to me. NN start. Just write down NN start and check it. Is it available to you or not? Yes, or no. Please respond by chat. I wait for your response. Yeah, it's available. Anubhav writing that it's available. So that's very good. So there is a number of toolboxes are there. It may be a little bit difficult for you. Input, output, curve fittings, pattern recognitions. We aware about this. So different pattern recognition, clustering, dynamic time series. So these all are if you learn a machine learning, you heard this all the things, right? You heard all the things, but how we work with this? So we go with a very simple one. We go with a one simple things. So the thing is that I just try to share some ideas on that because it's a very difficult to discuss elaborately. It may be difficult for you, obviously, as lots of concepts are there behind. But if you want to learn by yourself, or I just show the path, if you go with this way, you can learn it. And Matlab is there's a clear self-explanatory options is there. So if you check it, a two layer. So if you go with that, I don't need to explain anything. You may check it. So how it work actually? So how we memorize this actually? So this actually considered as a function. So this actually it may be a log sigmoid or tan sigmoid functions. This actually input, whatever existing inputs are there, this multiplied with a weighted sum and added with some bias values and added and go with a log sigmoid. And this actually memorize the things, and this way number of layer we go with, hidden layer is called, number of layers pass through it, and it can able to memorize the values. And then there's a final output layer and provide the output. So number of layers are there. So we have some input, we may go with some input options. So if you don't have, you may check, collect it by browsing data. So data are important. So what actually we need to run? We need to learn something from existing, right? So if we want to fetch, if we have some existing data, we may go with that and upload the file. So if we have some existing, but if you don't have, don't worry, we need to go, we also have an issue. So there's a load example data set. So you may go with a load example data sets, and there's a prediction, number of prediction. If you go with the machine learning and other things, you get this house price predictions. Yeah, so this house price prediction data is there. So we want to learn the things. So how we learn? So this is the house price input and target. So now the question is that why two things are there? Target and so two things are there. So one is house inputs and another is a target. So what is the value is actually a target value. It's this way. Now we go with the next options. And here, how many layers number of layers are there, more better results we find out. So it's taking time to creating the network. There's like internal network creation is going on. So training is complete on the way. So we go with this different here rules are there. We may go with that and train it. Right? You can able to train these things. And this actually 3 phases is there: training, validation, and testing. So what is the meaning of this training, validation, and testing? Training actually the data. So whatever the data we existing in. So how it work actually? It's a work actually this way. The thing is that some data are there, house price data are there, previous 100 years data is maybe there. By fetching this data, what actually next few years, what actually value it maybe happen, that things it will predict. So futuristic predictions. So two learning process is there, supervised, unsupervised. So this way we generate data and we create. So this way, this very simple function. So we create a functions. Matlab functions is already created. And this actually a matrix functions, Matlab functions is created. So we save it. So we save it using some name. So this actually functions, we save it, these things. Now, what are the input we have? That things we need to know. And if we put this kind of input, using that, it can able to predict the functions output. Right. So this functions as we create, if we run it, so the same concept, this functions we created and we run it. And here you need to put some values. So if we put here some values like 67 or something 700. So this is the random values we put, and if we put and if we run it, it provides the result. So what depending upon this input, it provides some output. So x, okay, I forget to put a x value, so we need to provide x value also. Sorry. Where is the functions? This actual functions, we need to put a x values. So we forget to put here x values also. We need to change it. As I already run it, re-enter. So we hit here. So this is the functions we provide. So some values we provide here, random values. We don't know the things, but if we run it, we get some. Okay, X is still not running. It will run and it will provide the results. So just okay, I forget to put the values here again. Re-entry is not possible, I think. So depending upon data, actually we need to put. I just go with some random things, and I show you what actually the random values are there, and why we go with this. So as I already run with this previous thing, so it's not able to change. Okay, I again need to open it, and or we may go with this my. We may call it here also. Five, six, six, 8, 1, 9. So it provides some values. So at the function, so depending upon existing data, we make the things and predict some values. So what is the values is actually predicting here? So the thing is that here we go with so what are the inputs are there? That things we need to check it. So if you go to the input, I just back it and show it. So what are the input data we check and what is the output we receive? So this is the house value. So we need to check a particular matrix of house value. So house price, this matrix we go with. So if we click on this data set, so then understand that a particular input and output we're getting. There is a number of parameters. Depending upon that, we need to predict the house values, and few parameters we randomly choose and put the values, and depending upon that, it predict the risk. That are clear things. So do you got any idea, or is totally is a mess? Just whatever the questions from where we need to start, whatever you question you have, you may ask me now. Right. So let me know. So may I need to repeat this step? So this output is coming this way. So I think if you whatever the questions you now ask me whatever question you have regarding this, because it's I think this single time if I go with this it's not clear to you. So ask me whatever times you have a question, whatever the questions you have, step by step I will answer it. Then I think it will clear to you. Yeah. Anyone have any question? So what do you neural network so what is it predict? So we do one thing, we show some result, but is it understanding or it's not? And why it's not understandable? What are the questions you have? Please ask me. Yeah, please respond everyone. Anyone? Is it? May I start from beginning again? These things as I show the results. May I explain it again? Is it then clear to you? Please respond. Yeah, please respond everyone. And if you have these things, please check it and respond to me. Yeah, everyone, please respond. May I repeat it? Or you are not interested about that? Please respond. Please respond. Okay, repeat. Okay, I will repeat it again. So I just clear these things first. So, okay, I need to again reopen the window. Just a moment. Okay, I will repeat. As window is closed, just wait 2 minutes. I will share it. So it takes time to open. In the meantime, if you have any additional query, So first step, we need to write here NN start. So as we go to neural network toolbox, to open neural network toolbox, we need to write NN start. So there's a lots of options are there. Fitting app means the thing is that we go with this fitting app. So all are the neural network. So what is this fitting apps and how it works? So this introductory idea is given. In fitting problems, you want a neural network to map between a data set of numeric inputs and the set of numeric targets. So in fitting app, what we want to do, we number of data sets are there, and they already have some target values. Based on this input and output, we actually make a model, and that actually the values. So examples of this type of problem include estimating house prices from such input variables as tax rate. So depending on number of inputs, there is a parameter, it's called a variable or parameter. Depending upon that, we can able to predict the prices. Right. Here it's written here a 2-layer feed forward network with a sigmoid hidden. So this actually a 2-layer, at least 2-layer. So first layer is called hidden layer, second layer is output layer. But hidden layer also consists of n number of layer, and this actually a sigmoid. So this actually a function is there that we call a sigmoid. Right. Linear output neurons. So these are the neurons actually. So number of neurons are there, more brain is capable. Right. So this actually this way it's we send the input into it and it provides some output, generate the output as per their things. Is it clear? So next, what we do, we need to choose some of the inputs. So we may choose our new inputs, or we may load it from existing one. So we go with the existing one because we don't have a input. So we go with this house price predictions. So what are the things, features that we have in our data? Functions fitting is the process of training a neural network on a set of input in order to produce a associated sets of target output, right? And the thing is that this actually 113 into 506 matrix dimensions means 13 number of attributes are there and 506 number of data are there. What are the 13 attributes? Per capita crime rate in this location, proportion of residential land zone, proportion of a non-retail business, and these are the features we have. Depending upon that, we can able to predict it. So we import it. So these are the data we imported. So the thing is that here you need to remember this. We divide data into two parts. One is that whatever the existing data is there, obviously suppose sin x value when when we go with this, the same way we may consider. So what is the sin x value on every point of 1 to 10? So y, if y equals to sin x, for every value of x we have some y value. So we want to predict the sine curve. So what we need to write, pre-existing data we put as a input, and whatever the y value, that is the output. But we don't have every point value of every point. We have some discrete value. But if we put through this network, if we learn these things, learn by this machine, they will predict you what are the possible values of every point of network. Is it clear? So why we go with this machine learning based things or learning process? The thing is that we may don't have all the data, every point, or we may don't have all the things. That is, what are the possibilities? Machine learning based things, if we go with the approach, this actually provide all the possible approaches. For that we go with that. So these are the predictive models. So target means these are the outputs are there. What actually output, what actually our target means this value we want to achieve based on these inputs. So these parts are there. Is it clear? Is it clear? Anyone have any question up to this? Any questions? Or still it's a very difficult to understand? I know it's for that you need to know number of things. Let me know, please response. Okay, so as no response, so next is that. So we load it and go with the next options. So it's load the data. Data is loaded. Now we go with the next part. So this actually signifies whatever the training. So if we have 100 number of datas, few data we go for training, few data for validation, few data for testing. So the thing is that here 100 students are there. It may be 20 students are there. And whatever we teach, number of problems we solve in this class, these are the training. But few problems we may keep for your examining you. So assignments are given to you, each of the class, and I check it how you able to solve the assignments or not. So this actually the validation. If this assignment you can solve after the class, that means whatever I train, this training result is actually solving the issue. Means whatever I train, that things you provide some outputs, means you can gain from this training, learn from this training, you learn from this training. But if you are not able to solve the assignment, that means you were not able to learn from this training and stop the training here. So this is a validation. Validate how much times this training should be process going on. If it's no improvement is there in training, means whatever the data are there that actually not matching, or it's already is okay, then it's actually stop the training. So how much time it train, how much time a students need to learn the things, or machine need to learn the things, that validate the things. And testing is that after learning you need to give an exam, that may be considered as a testing. Is it clear? Do you got some ideas? So you don't need to get all the ideas, but do you got some of the ideas? Yes or no? I know that it's a difficult field. Yeah, let me know. Anyone have any questions? So these are the things we divided different ways, and we go with that. So everyone actually interested for giving attendance, not giving to or asking the questions or answers. So these are the layers we fixed. So more number of layers means more improved results we found. More number of time, that's number of time you get the values, good values. So trained it. And after training, it get a different things, different results you'll get. So this is a validation checking. So after six validation is complete the process, and it make a model that actually generated. So how we get this model, this result model, these are the models. So Matlab function is created, Simulink diagram is created, and neural network diagram we also have. So in future, if we call these functions and ask what actually corresponding, means if we write a x value is 5, then what actually a y value, that it will predict. Means y may be a function of something, it may be a sine curve or cos curve, but it will predict the perfect results, almost perfect results, if we call these things. Is it clear? So we need to save these functions and check it, it will provide a result on the same way. We go the things, we save it, and we write this my functions. So last time we go with this my functions, and we write the values this way. That is whatever the 7,760 square feet, suppose it's written, and some parameters are there. If we put it, it's provide some results. So this actually a thing. Let me know now. What do you think? Is it Is it okay for you or still have a doubt? And let's ask me. So whatever the questions or queries you have. So, or it's a nothing you need to learn from this. So any relevant queries if you have, ask me. So this is clear. I think anyone already learned a machine learning or anything? So very first sessions, first of these things, we discuss one of the topics. This optimization means a fuzzy logic based intelligence. How we go with the fuzzy logic based things. This also be an intelligence learning process. And in math, in your department, electrical engineers actually widely use this fuzzy logic to implement something that we discussed first 1 hour. Then we go with the simulation. I think lots of students already aware about the simulation part, so I don't go with the in depth of that. We go with a very basic ones, common simulation process I show. But if you want to work with a simulation, this will take a lots of time, because you must need to have a domain knowledge on that things and each a block. So this actually a case studies based in which department you are learning and which actually the domain means. If you go with the control system, you need to understand all the control system blocks. If you go with the signal system, you need to go with all the signal system blocks. You need to learn, and how you need to learn it. So these are the things is a totally a domain specific. So in Matlab there's a n number of domain, and you may need to go with any of the domain, and you may explore this simulation blocks. After going to things, we go with then this neural network concept. This is actually how a human brain memorize the things. The same way a machine can learn the things, how a human learn the things. So when you were just as you observe the things, so the persons who are born in India or Bengal able to speak in Bengali. Who are born in China, they only able to speak Chinese. So is it possible that how they do these things? Because when we born, our brain is too sharp to catch whatever things in our surroundings. They actually learn everything. Right. So whatever the things, knowingly, unknowingly. So our conscious and subconscious. So whatever mind we have, both the way we learn something. So some consciously learn, so some consciously learn. So two minds we have, and we learn every time. So the thing is that when we first time saw something, first time when we saw a train, metro, or a tram, we don't know that actually a tram or that actually a train. But when we first time see it, we recognize it. Yes, this thing, we need to store this information into my brain, and we need to and the corresponding tagging is that this is a train. The same way the machine also do the things. So whatever the data we share with them, they first learn that things, and they try to recognize them, and they to remember them. And then the machine want to predict the values, the things what going on surroundings. Because intelligent things are so important nowadays. Everything became intelligent. Human may became little bit less intelligent, but machine became more intelligent. So every time that they want to learn something. So machine, whatever data, here we have a house price data, and that data we put to machine, and machine reading the data and learn the things, and they try to memorize these things, but it's a little bit different way they need to memorize it. How is it they memorize this way? That is some of the models, this same concepts of neural. So this actually every moment some blast is going on in this brain, and this actually every time some reaction is going on, we can able to memorize the things this way. So every spark it generates something. So this actually all concepts about a neural network, and they actually after this learning, so to make a more number of neurals means more number of hidden layers. So whatever we discuss, more number of hidden layers, more number of neurals, or more number of outcomes we receive, good outcomes we receive. So that's about a neural network, and the thing is that if we able to make these functions, the functions we previously we make a functions using some code, but this time these functions we create using some logic that actually some existing based on some existing values we create those functions, right? So that actually a thing. So let's go with so is there any questions regarding this? So lots of things are there we need to discuss, but these are the things we go with a very basic, because basically we have already a course totally based on Matlab based this learning process, machine learnings and all, but we don't able to switch to this. It's actually here it's out of the scopes. We need to discuss about the basic of statistical analysis. Statistics we need to understand. Then we only go with this implementations part, because statistics is interrelated to this machine learning based things or optimization things, because this tan sigmoid, log sigmoid, whatever the functions we are discussing, it's maybe new to you. But why we discuss these things, there is an opportunity of learning, opportunity scope is there, and these are the things available in the market. So from next, when you ask anyone this about this, so you can tell, yes, this actually possible, right? That actually possible, right? These things you may tell. That is my prime actual my why I discuss these things. I know this may be difficult, but obviously we have a course on, means we may go with this. If we, in future, if you need it, we may learn in future. Okay, so next we need to take attendance. So please respond everyone. Others saying? Others
Present,
saying?
sir.
Aman Shah?
Present, sir.
Anubhav Mukherjee? Anubhav Mukherjee? Anubhav Mukherjee? Orko Mukhopadhyay? Orko Mukhopadhyay? Orko Mukhopadhyay? Orko Prabhu Basu?
Present, sir.
Orpon Sen?
Sir, Anubhav
Present,
is
sir.
present.
Acharya? Devashish Acharya? Devashish Acharya?
Devashi Acharya. Yes, sir, present. Yes, sir, present.
Nilashish Kundu?
Yes, sir, present. Nilashish Kundu, present.
Pallavi Kumari?
Yes, sir,
Pallavi
present.
Kumari?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Rakesh Tiwari?
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
hello. Sir,
Yeah.
Anubhav Mukherjee present.
Hello, sir. Orko Mukhopadhyay present.
Orko Mukhopadhyay present. Sayantan Dotto? Sayantan Dotto? সোহম মিত্র,
Present, sir. Present, sir. Present, sir.
सोनू कुमार प्रसाद,
Present, sir.
সৌম্য চক্রবর্তী,
Present, sir.
সুবর্ণা পাল,
Present, sir.
শুভম ঘোষ,
Present, sir. Present.
শুভময় মণ্ডল,
Present, sir.
শুভময় মণ্ডল,
Present, sir.
सूरज कुमार साव,
Present, sir. Present, sir.
स्वागतम कुमार पान,
Present, sir.
तम्रदीप सिन्हा, तम्रदीप, तरित्र,
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
आकाश বিশ্বাস, आकाश বিশ্বাস, आरिफ হোসেन,
Yes, sir. Present.
Sir,
आरिफ
Arif
হোসেন,
Hossain. Present.
গৈরিক দত্ত,
প্রেজেন্ট স্যার।
হীরাব্র কোলে, হীরাব্র, মোহাম্মদ ইজাজ আহমেদ, মৃন্ময় ঘোষ,
Yes, sir.
okay, actually the issue is there, so just a moment, wait little bit. It close the machine, just wait 2 minutes, I will start and complete rest of the things. So wait just a minute. I try to log in with this device. So it's take a few minutes. Yeah, it's take a little bit of time to respond. Okay, so now I share my screen again. So few attendance I'm not taken. So Goirik Dotto present, and then I think there's some attendance issues there. So let's check. Mohammad Izaz Ahmed absent, right? Mrinmoy Ghosh. Mrinmoy
Yes,
Ghosh.
sir. Yes, sir.
Priyanka Sarkar. Priyanka Sarkar. Sampad Pal. Anton.
Yes, sir.
Shayok Sarkar.
Yes, sir, present.
And Somo Palui.
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
Okay. So that actually the first last day first session. So if you have any question regarding this topics, whatever we discussed till now, you may ask these things. We cover very important 3 things. I don't know how much you understand this, but I recommend that if you need to learn more about that, you may go with this, because these are the upcoming trends. So whatever you learn today, these all are you need to implement using this learning process, this machine learning and all this way. And so why it's so important. So if you understand something, it's good for me. If you not, then that's clear problematics. Okay. So second half, all of you please join by 2. We start taking presentation by 2, and up to 3:30 we have a time to take a presentation. And after that, one small discussion sessions we conduct. If anyone have any relevant topics, you have a doubt, that things, and from 3:53 and we take attendance in the time, and then around 3:50 we start a exam. Right, we will share a link. You all need to give an exam. So that actually planning for second half. So all of you please join positively. Prepare your presentations, reports, and your projects. Right, and that's all from my side. If you have any questions, any doubt, or any query, still you ask me. And second half, you also have the same sessions, half an hour sessions you have to ask these things. Right.
স্যার একটা গ্রুপ কত টাইম পাবে প্রেজেন্টেশনের জন্য?
15 minutes.
Okay, sir.
15 minutes. You have a time, entire 15 minutes to present. 6 group is there, and we need 1.5 hour time. So 3:30 we will cover up, and then attendance, then exam. So everyone should join the next session. So don't attend only attendance sessions. Everyone requested to join. Okay, so that's all from my side. Thank you. If you have any query, ask me, because we have a 6 minutes of time.
Sir, everyone in the group have to speak.
That actually a based presentation. If you everyone
Okay,
this actually team play. So how you manage your team, that actually your choice, right?
Okay.
But whatever the team, how they perform, that's make the effects.
Okay, sir. Sir, we have to show the output in the Matlab also?
Yeah, obviously.
Or only in the PPT there is output
No,
we
no.
can show that.
Output of a MATLAB you also need to showcase.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yes. Ask me.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Shayok.
হ্যাঁ স্যার বলছি।
হ্যাঁ বল, শোনা যাচ্ছে না। শায়ক, তোমার আওয়াজ আসছে না। হ্যালো, হ্যালো, শায়ক তোমার আওয়াজ আসছে না, বলো। হ্যালো।
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, now it's audible.
Hello.
Yeah, it's audible. Let me know.
Hello, sir.
হ্যাঁ বলো বলো। হ্যালো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার বলছি স্যার আমাদের গ্রুপ, আমরা তো গ্রুপ 2 স্যার, আমাদের গ্রুপ 2 প্রেজেন্টেশনে মানে 2-3 জন আমরা শুধু ইনভলভ আছি, আর কেউ ইনভলভ নেই।
That actually your matters how you manage these things. এটা তোমাদের পুরোপুরি তোমাদের উপর, তোমরা কিভাবে ম্যানেজ করবে, ঠিক আছে? মানে
তাহলে স্যার কি আমরা 3জনেই প্রজেক্ট মানে প্রেজেন্ট করব?
হ্যাঁ করো, যদি বাকিরা না থাকে তাহলে কি করবে? 3জনেই করতে হবে, কিছু করার নেই। আর কি করবে?
ওকে স্যার, ওকে ওকে।
ঠিক আছে। Anyone have any question? Okay, thank you. We conclude this session here.